We live.
Nope.
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 Nope. Nope.
We are. We're live?
God damn it.
Cool, we're live.
Pretty good.
Alright, what up, everybody? Welcome to Fermented Fiction. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're going to talk about a horror movie released relatively recently by one of my favorite living directors, Jordan Peele. And that movie is called...
Nope.
Nope. That's what it's called.
Nope.
We're going to be talking about Nope. We're going to do it in the way we always do. We're going to start with a little check-in, and then we're going to do Forced Enrollment segment, which we'll explain when we get there. Then we're going to do Beer of the Week. Then we're going to do What We Actually Feel. So, Travis, what's going on? What are you checking in?
What am I checking in? You know, I'm getting excited for Halloween. I spent way too much money on my costume, but
Okay.
I think it'll look good. So that's cool. Gonna pull out the old Flynn Rider from Tangled, which I just watched. Solid kids movie. Solid Disney film. Well done. He's much better looking than I am, but you know what? It's all right.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. I think we're probably going to release this in November as well.
Oh, so this will be after Halloween.
Yeah, so
well,
I guess...
I pulled off Flynn Rider.
I pulled it
That
off.
looked cool.
Absolutely crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. Nice. Nice, dude.
I crushed it.
That's great.
I went to a bar and this lady literally was like, "Are you Flynn Rider?" And I was like, "I get that all the time, but no."
All right. I believe it. Did you get that lady's number?
No.
Oh. Okay. Well, it could have been maybe a little more convincing then. I don't know.
I was with my Rapunzel, man. Can't be doing that.
Yeah, that'd be disrespectful.
It's disrespectful.
True. True, Chains. Yeah, well, I'm checking in over here. I finally sent out the first rough draft of my sequel novel to Crevasse to editing.
Oh,
So that was pretty
poetry
sweet.
snaps.
Yeah, poetry snap that. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the poetry snaps.
So good.
Because, yeah, I've been working on that a long time. Feels really good to finally, get it out of my hands, get it to an editor.
Awesome.
It's kind of a crazy, cool step in the process. Now I get to, not work on it for a little while I wait for someone to tear it to shreds. And that'll be cool. Step away.
In a good way.
In a good way.
Shreds in a good way.
Mhm.
In a good way.
Like lifting, you know? You want gains? You're going to have to shred some muscle tissue. That's just science, bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well said.
Yeah.
Well said. If I don't say so myself.
Yeah.
All right.
Curls.
I got some 12-ounce curls over here. 16-ounce curls. But
I
that's for
have
after
one of those
forced
as well,
enrollment.
but I'm not gonna show that yet because it's a surprise.
That's for after forced enrollment, which you want to take a crack at explaining forced enrollment this week. That's our next segment. Everybody out there, that's what we're doing here.
Well, for those of you who are learned in the ways of D&D, you roll a d20, which is a 20-sided dice. We roll against each other. The higher roll gets to argue for the movie or book that we are talking about. This one being Nope, regardless of what we actually think. And the lower roll argues against it. So, it's like prosecutor, defendant, based on a dice roll.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Travis always loses.
Not always.
I have traditionally.
You have
in this new run of the show.
New series, new streak.
But is he on did you lost the Hitchhiker's Guide too, didn't you? Yeah. This is how the other show started.
Dungeon Master's Curse.
It's how the other show started too. Sinister Soup started the same way. We'll see. We'll see. I hope I can carry this run a little longer than I did in that iteration. I guess I'll first explain what Nope is a little bit. You still hear me? I thought you were silent. Oh, okay. Your mouth was moving, but you weren't making sounds. Okay. So Nope is the story of a African-American owned horse ranch that supplies horses to Hollywood pictures. They're really famous for doing it, and they're really good at doing it. At least the father was, but he was killed in a crazy happenstance accident, or so we're told early in the film. The son and daughter have now inherited the ranch, and they're having a lot more trouble balancing like the environment of Hollywood with the semantics of doing the job, and then on top of that, all the complexities that come with working with animals on live film sets. And they have two very different different ways of navigating the Hollywood environment, which kind of puts some immediate tension in the relationship there. While all that's going on, you have apparent UFO activity. Not apparent as in apparent, but literally apparent. He's seeing some definite UFO activity, and they decide that they want to get like the perfect shot of it. So that's kind of as far as I can go without getting into things. They decide they want to catch UFO activity that is definitely happening on their horse ranch on camera, and Jordan Peele-esque hijinks unfold.
Indeed. I'm so sorry we have to pause for just a quick second.
Okay, on call again?
Commercial break. Yeah, I just don't want to, I just didn't want to, yeah, before we roll the dice, just real quick.
Okay.
Yeah,
And now a message from our sponsors.
Yeah, we'll be right back after this message from...
Our sponsor today is The End of Eternity by Isaac Asimov. Collin, take it away. Back to Collin with the Asimov.
Boy, oh boy, what a wonderful novel. You'll love where this goes.
Where does it go, Collin?
Bookshelf, usually.
Are we doing this the whole time? This strange voice, 1920s.
Well, we've committed to the bit at this point, and Isaac Asimov is, old as dirt, just like the use of this voice.
You've started it. You can't quit it.
You can't quit it now. Jeremy's right.
Not now.
Don't be cattywampus.
Oh my god. It's a great book.
Yeah, check it out.
You'll love it.
Or you won't.
What's interesting about this book is that he wrote it before Foundation. So a lot of the stuff
So
in
it's the actual Foundation?
It's the foundation of Foundation.
Or is it, maybe it's just like that gravel that you lay down in the crawl
Before the
space?
foundation goes down?
Yeah.
Yeah, the foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that doesn't go before Foundation.
I mean,
it's just
you
the
need-
actual dirt. Is this the actual
This is
dirt?
regular dirt.
This is the actual hill?
Look,
The
we all
biggest
know you
dirt.
can't build your house on sand. It
so this
needs
is the dirt.
the end of eternity.
It needs good soil pack, forest dirt,
So yeah,
with
it's
some uprooted
This is that
trees.
dirt.
dirt. What
This
it
is
is-
that good, compact,
That good, solid-
up to
the book
code,
is quality
compact
dirt.
grade
It's-
quality.
All right.
It's incredible.
Gotcha.
Just the best dirt. Oh,
Asimov, you'll want to
Wow.
read him.
I'm back.
All right. We've been sponsored by someone in the public domain.
Sweet.
Pretty sweet.
We ready to roll?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's
All right.
do this.
Forced enrollment. We're going to do it. How's it work?
Oh.
Bruh.
Oh. Are we going back to that?
Oh, no, you already did that. You right. All right, it's time to roll. Let's do it.
I rolled.
Oh,
I rolled.
all right. Now one.
What'd you get? Not 1, 17.
Natty one, baby.
Oh, snap.
All right.
that is critical right there.
That's critical.
Mm.
All right, then.
All right.
Jeremy?
All right, so we have enrollment in 3, 2, 1.
How hard is it to defend Jordan Peele? I mean, it's pretty frickin' easy. He's 3 for 3, and I am one of the few people actually who thinks that he's just gotten progressively better. A lot of people think that his first one has never been topped. With what was the name of that first one? It was Us, Nope, and Get Out. I think Us was better conceptually. I don't think it was as scary, but I think it was better conceptually, had more creativity in it. And I think Nope has taken that up even a step further. The two things I'll give this movie just as an opening argument are, A, it is a very, very good commentary on fame. I think that was the point of Jordan Peele's movie, and what he was trying to say is fame does things to you that are terrible. The spotlight makes you do things to other people that are terrible. There are ways to avoid it, and we see the characters who avoid it, and we see characters who don't. I think his character of the kid that grew up on the monkey show, and he's now running the carnival, and he gets like his entire fan base of his like sort of Western show eaten by this alien was like such a good scathing commentary on someone who's just constantly chasing that spotlight. And then in the reflex of that, like on the mirror end of that, you have the characters who are doing the exact same thing, your protagonists chasing that spotlight, but they get to a point where they see where it could actually cause them death and cause their family to end. And instead of continuing to chase it, they decide to actually combat it, which I think was his point. And two, the thing I really love about this is I did not think I would ever see an alien movie that hadn't been done before. And then Jordan Peele came in and he brought such a unique spin to the UFO flying saucer trope. And again, spoiler alert, if you guys haven't watched Nope, go watch Nope, then come listen to this because we're going to talk about everything. The fact that the saucer is a monster, is the alien, is the thing, and that it's predatory and that it has these same kind of like habits of a predator was so unique and so cool. And I remember thinking in the theater like, oh man, that's okay, I'm in, because I didn't know the trailers sold it so well, and that I thought like, oh, how's he going to make a flying saucer unique? There it is. And I think Peele did it geniusly.
Yeah, I actually think that the whole alien being a creature thing wasn't pulled off super great, honestly. I thought it was pretty much a UFO until it suddenly wasn't. And I understand once we get to see omnisciently into the creature, but I felt like the knowledge that the main character was able to garner that this is a creature and don't look it in the eye, like the flags made sense, but a lot of the animal behavior that he like picked up on seemed a little too convenient to me. Kind of a shortcut, honestly. And I thought it was pretty lazy storytelling, to be honest. Yeah, I get he works with animals and stuff, and they allude to it with the horse early on and everything like that, but this animal doesn't really act the same as a horse. I mean, the whole thing about it is it's otherworldly, and that's like all over in its appearance and everything. And I think that Peele tried to link it to animals of this planet, but I didn't actually think that translated very well. Honestly, I thought I like your commentary on the effects of fame. I hadn't really noticed that as much. I was actually pretty distracted by like the whole monkey timeline, and I felt like they were trying to force this like metaphor, that the monkey and the alien were similar beasts that were upset in similar ways, basically. Like, because the monkey clearly got territorial and got enraged by whatever came out of that present box, right? And then it did what it did. And that, to me, it was so present. I mean, it was the first scene in the movie. And I had a really hard time, like, getting out of my head whenever I was looking at this alien thing. And I think that was intentional, but it didn't really translate well for me. It just kind of confused me, honestly. I kept thinking, like, that the alien was acting similar to the monkey, being territorial. But, I don't know, not really. He said he was looking at that thing for 6 months. And it never, like, damaged anybody. It killed his dad, but, like, on accident, right? If it was hovering around him for that long and it needs to eat that many people, it doesn't make sense to me why it took this long for it to like start eating horses every day, and then it sort of just does. So I don't know. It felt like there was some holes in there for me.
Well, one, I don't think it sort of just does, because like the first frames we have with the family is the dad like talking to the son about horses going missing, and like so it's eating slower. Until it's provoked. Until it's provoked, it's only doing what it needs to do, which I think is a very, primal sense. Like a lion is only going to eat as much meat as it needs until somebody comes into its house and tries to kill it, and then it's going to be aggressive. And I think the movie did allude to that early. I think I'd be remiss too without making a third point of like Peele just visually, like I can't yet say he's the same as he's the same for me as like Ari Aster as I can't remember the other guy's name, but at the moment he's only made 3 movies, so I can't say like he's one of the best in the game yet because he doesn't have enough filmography. But consistently for 3 movies, he has made some of the best visuals and worked with some fantastic cinematographers. And I think that is one thing this movie really, that elevates this movie above just standard horror, is how it looks. Some of the shots of the thing above the house with blood dripping off of it and like the rain, the way they shot night scenes, Game of Thrones directors of season 8 take some frickin' notes because you can actually see things, and that's because they shot in daylight and then hyper saturated it with 2 different layers of filters, kind of, that made it look like night, but you can actually still see expressions, unlike the Battle of frickin' Winterfell. But yeah, so I don't know. I know that doesn't get to a lot of your points, but I can come back to that. I just don't think I could have this debate without saying like it's such a visually beautiful film.
Yeah, well, while you're talking about that, it's the same reason I actually don't like a lot of Kubrick stuff. You sacrifice your characters when you spend that much time doing the visual storytelling. And it's just a different kind of movie, but it's not my kind of movie. I like movies with good fleshed out characters. Every character in this movie was a total archetype. Every character, even the main characters. Yes, they were. The sister chasing fame, who can't even like get that out of her head in a really important meeting, doesn't even talk about safety once because she's blinded by fame. She's chasing it. And like you said, this is a commentary on fame and the effects of fame and the Hollywood environment. So yeah, these characters are archetypical on purpose, but it's still annoying to me. He's like a hard-nosed rancher. That's like all that character is. All the sister is chasing fame. The director, come on. That character is so lame. So lame. Why don't we throw in a creepy grip and a needy actress while we're at it? While we're doing Hollywood stereotypes, let's huck that in there. Cheap laughs, low-hanging fruit, and the guy from the tech store that comes and figures it out, that's horror trope like number 3. That's like right after Final Girl, you know? Like, come on. This movie was super tropey. They made it really pretty, but the characters were lame, and honestly, the plot in a lot of places was just, it was like waffle stomping metaphor through like this cinematic, artsy BS.
I will give you that the director and the dad are 100% very archetypal. I think on purpose. I don't think tropes are a bad thing. I've talked about this with Arcane. If they're done well, they get you right to the meat of it, and that's okay. Tropes are bad when they're done bad. I don't think these tropes were done bad. But the sister is not 100% archetypal. She's introduced as that chasing fame, but that archetype, in all instances it's been used in the past, doesn't include this human side of her relationship with her brother. And that, like, more to the archetype. Particularly that, yes, she's chasing fame, but she understands her flaws, and she's working on them with him, but also working to help him understand why she's doing it.
Beer of the week.
Give me a concrete. Nah.
Beer of the week. I have to take another. I'm so sorry, guys.
We'll be right back after this word from our sponsors. Pokemon. Catch 'em. Or don't. Do you?
Mead. Notebooks that remember when you can't.
Yeah. I believe it was Socrates, or was it Plato, who was opposed to the written word because he thought it would make us all stupid.
It's true.
He was the original old man scared of technology.
Absolutely. That technology being lead, ink. Yeah.
Just the concept of recording thought.
I don't know about that. He said, I don't know about that.
He's like,
He's like,
better
I've
not.
heard some pretty stupid thoughts.
heard some pretty dumb thoughts.
I don't know if anyone else needed to have heard them.
Let's maybe just forget.
Yeah,
Forget a bit.
it's a good point.
Yeah.
Ironically, everybody's remembering his thoughts even now.
Because they're written down.
That's right. That's right. Take a lesson from that. Mead notebooks. Write it down.
Write it.
I don't know what kind of company Mead is. It must be pretty good size.
They gotta
These
be.
notebooks are
Yeah.
everywhere.
They are.
Yeah.
You've never not had one.
You've never not had one. That's true. Colin's got one in this room. I would bet a lot of money on it.
I would
Somewhere.
say anywhere from 2 to 5.
2 to 5?
At least.
Oh, you mean he's got 2 to 5?
Yeah. Got at least 2 to 5 in this
2
room.
to 5 is probably fair. I think 2. Tops. I actually think you might just have 1.
You know?
I feel like Colin springs for the nicer
You took it,
notebook.
bro.
No, this is not it. I got this
Took
from
my
my
mead.
office, bro. See, it says podcast on it in my serial killer handwriting.
Looks, I see some lined paper
There's one right
over
there.
Oh, that's
That's
Yeah.
not a mead.
Ooh, yeah. Look real closely at that one.
That's not an original mead, bro. Unipad. Knockoff.
Get out of here.
Knock off.
No,
Unit-
not
that
even.
One, that one is from Europe.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
From when I
My.
studied abroad, they use legal paper,
Ah.
which is longer.
Ah.
It's more legal?
It weirded me out.
Yeah, it's
Paper in Europe is more legal. That's what Colin said.
more legal. It's more
Look
official.
it up.
They wear those
I don't know if I
powder
buy
plates.
it.
So, you know.
Somewhere.
All right, we're back.
We're back.
All right.
Yeah.
So we beer of the week.
Yes.
The timer went off.
Beer.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
I'm rolling over here.
All right.
Observe my khaki pants. Here today we've got Imagination's Shoulders of Giants, West Coast IPA.
Ooh.
Look at that beautiful can.
Whew.
Look at him doing some
Look at the
stuff.
heart on that.
Whoo, boy.
Oh, yeah, that's doing things to me, all right.
I don't know if I want any more detail than that.
No.
I do. It's another beautiful can. You guys find such good cans.
Yes, I definitely...
Brought to you by someone who's
assisted with
definitively
this.
not our sponsor. Special Brews. Special Brews.
Definitively not our sponsor.
Yet.
Yet.
Hey.
Special Brews. I know
Free
you like what
advertising.
you see. I know you like what you see, Special Brews.
Yeah.
So what
Come on over.
kind of beer is it? What kind of beer is it again?
Oh, it's a West Coast IPA. Because that's where we are, and
Yeah.
that's what people drink here.
Yeah, do this.
Okay.
This is gonna go well.
Pour it directly towards the laptop.
Yeah, between the laptop and the stack of books. That's where you want to put it.
I'm so excited about that.
With my phone in spitting distance. That's where you want it.
Getting a unique flavor on this because he didn't quite finish his coconut.
I mean, just look at it swirling around.
It actually is a darker color.
Oh,
It made it an
absolutely.
amber.
Oh yeah, that's
That's 2 more days without water in your urine right there. Actually, if your urine's that color, you should go to
Seek
the
medical
doctor. Seek
Yeah,
medical
you'll-
attention immediately.
you gotta.
You should probably get
Ask your doctor before you add lost memories to Shoulders of Giants.
That's right. All right, cheers.
We
everybody.
definitely did.
Oh, Travis, wait! Don't cheers!
Travis, don't do-
Hey,
do-
uncheers. Travis, what are you drinking?
Yeah, how much did it cost you?
How much did it cost?
I have my spiel already. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm so ready.
Oh yeah.
Hold
Are
on,
you
let
at
me get
home?
my mead notebook
Yep.
Maybe.
so I
Are
can write it down.
Are you at home doing nothing? And you know what? You look to your left and you have 2 zigzags and nothing else to go with it. Well, for the cheap price of $3.88 for 6 of these puppies,
Liar. There's no
you can
way.
add a Colt 45.
Did you say
Those
less than
two
$4 for a whole 6-pack?
Less than $4.
My man.
I can't even think of anything I've spent so little money on with inflation.
Can we?
This is Montana prices.
Yeah,
so they are.
That's how you get Montana drunk.
You guys, but, still.
Can we take a moment of silence for Colt 45?
It doesn't show up. You got to say something when you're doing it.
Maybe can I? If I take away my pop filter, will it?
Yeah, talk while you're
Keep
doing
talking.
Just say something right before. And you just did it. Okay.
It doesn't do it.
Did you?
Bums.
Did you already? Bums.
We'll pick one up from Sinister Soup. We'll just go to that.
We'll ADR
Drop
it.
that in there.
It's Oh, just look at that.
Oh,
Your boy's up.
oh yeah, it's dripping off the thumb.
45.
Anybody else rock hard over here or what? Me neither.
Ooh. Ooh. Saddle up, pony boy. You're going for a ride right now.
Don't bring the Lord into this. Oh, that's... Oh.
Yes.
Can he make it?
Oh.
I thought you were
a
gonna
lot
go.
further. 3/4.
That looked hard.
Oh, bro.
But
If only the students knew.
are you okay?
One time, when we were kids, I helped my dad siphon gas out of a tank. That's pretty much the same experience.
Did you really help Dad siphon gas before?
No, not dad. I helped my friends siphon gas.
There you go.
out of a tank.
There you go.
That's
Jeremy, note down another beer sponsor that we can't use.
Yeah, we can't. That's, I'm writing this down. That's Colt 45 is.
I don't know.
maybe
Colt
out.
45 might like that.
Yeah, I'll say maybe.
Put him in as maybe.
Hard
Yeah.
maybe. All right, we'll
Maybe,
taste.
yeah.
Let's taste ours. Let's cheers it.
Cheers.
It'll probably taste a
Yeah,
lot
but,
less like
you know.
diesel.
A bit. You don't know. I don't know.
I didn't think anything was worse than Natty Daddy, but that's close.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it smells like Fruity Pebbles, but it tastes more savory.
Like if Fruity Pebbles were made into a
Kind of like
gravy.
it's like a Hefeweizen IPA.
Yeah,
A little
it's
bit.
pretty citrusy,
A little citrusy.
light, pretty light for a IPA.
Yeah. No notes of gasoline.
Very little gasoline went into here.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't know if we can trust what you're saying with all that coconut and almond swilling around. in
Yeah, that's true.
It's just at the bottom.
Yeah. It's only noticeably darker than the rest of ours.
Yeah,
And that's okay.
good job,
Travis
Pat.
is taking notes.
Travis is trying not to puke.
I'm reading my can to see if there's any biohazard.
Prop 65 California warnings.
Yeah, you'll get a Prop 65.
You can only legally drink this beer in Oregon.
Which is where Travis is, who said he wasn't.
Not a single person.
I didn't.
All right, we've drank beers. Hooey! So what do we actually think about Nope? I'm gonna scoot back in.
Do tell.
I'm curious, but I mean, I defended. So what do you think?
No, Nope was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome. I love Jordan Peele. I do agree with some of the stuff I said. I think that, I mean, the movie was very like metaphorical.
Yes, 100%.
So if I tried to connect like a lot of the plot lines like logically in my brain, I do think there was some places where there was some kind of synaptic gap for me, you know,
Yeah.
like an inability to see that as the way that would really work. I do think the characters were a bit archetypical for my taste, but that's like a personal preference. However, I think they served the story well. Other than like the director really didn't like him. But that's okay.
Didn't like
Whatever.
him.
I love the monkey scene. Oh,
The
oh
monkey stuff
man.
was awesome.
That's how you start a movie. I mean, I was immediately
Yeah.
hooked. When that monkey looks at you, you're like,
Yeah,
You
and
know?
I do really think
Oh.
like.
and he
the
throws
payoff
his.
in that metaphor.
Oh, it was huge. Yeah, it was great. And I love that opening scene. I mean, you just don't expect that. Because, first of all, you're going into a movie about aliens. And they did what a lot of horror movies do wrong, and that was they kept the grimmest stuff actually out of the trailer. They managed to do a good job of billing it, like showing, aliens, and there's going to be some people flying around, and that kind of crazy stuff is going to happen. There's going to be dark stuff. And you see the monkey hand in the trailer. But I thought it was an alien hand from the trailer, honestly. I was like, yeah, that's
and
an alien
the
hand,
actress that was all deformed, I thought that was an alien.
Right, something like that. Nope, sure wasn't.
Nope.
That actress got tore up by a chimp, and they just hard open with that. Just this monkey covered in blood. He hits a little girl's foot, throws his party hat. It's just this is amazing. Yeah. I was immediately hooked.
I think the scene I didn't get to in my end of the debate that I think really sold this for me was when the group gets eaten at the carnival, because that was so. Yeah. I mean, I don't like jump scares as much. I like them for entertainment purposes, but I don't think that's what makes something truly horrific or dreadful. This movie had that scene is the most recent scene I can think of that I went home and couldn't stop thinking about it because it was so disturbing. Just to have that, they're going through an intestine tube essentially, and you're in there with them, and I was like, oh my god, this is terrifying.
Yeah, there was definitely that.
Imagine
there was that moment in the film where I was like, when is it gonna rain blood?
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
I knew it was going to happen. I've seen enough horror films.
That brings me to my first real question that was left unanswered in the film. Okay. Now, when stuff is coming
it's in cursive.
out... Yeah, it is. It's how you write quickly.
Cursive?
Yeah.
Also, pray for me.
Yeah. Godspeed.
Are you still working on the first one?
Oh, I hope you.
That's the
didn't buy
Rainier.
a
It's
whole
not even the Colt 45.
No, this is the Colt. This is.
Oh boy!
Did you buy a 6-pack?
I have a 6-pack of Rainier and a 6-pack of Colt 45.
That's beautiful.
Well, if you mix them together, maybe.
So the creature shoots out things that it doesn't, process well.
Yeah.
Is it puking or pooping?
It's a valid question.
I mean, it only has one hole, like a jellyfish.
I think it's pretty clear that this creature is so anatomically nothing like us. Don't you think?
I mean, things go in, things come out.
It sounds like your stance is neither pooping or pooping.
I think it's both.
I think it's a completely different process.
As Ghost of Darkness told me, hippos fart out their mouths, so it's possible.
Well, no, this is what I'm saying, though. That it doesn't excrete any biological mass that it is converted from when it first ate it. It just spits things out that it doesn't like. So I guess it's...
Yeah, so do we, but it's brown and sticky.
No, we don't. We process that through our body and turns it into
and everything we can't process just comes out.
Yes, in a completely different reformed shape. It isn't turning people into nickels. It's just spitting out nickels.
It's just spitting out nickels.
It doesn't take the people and put what it does like them anywhere else.
If you ate a nickel, you would poop a nickel.
That's true.
That's kind of all I'm saying.
But it's not. The nickel
comes out.
Yes, but the nickel or the corn are surrounded by a new mass created by whatever I ate before that is now around it.
It functions more like a vacuum. The vacuum sucks things, and then if it can't get it up, it just goes out the same hole.
I mean,
if a vacuum was consuming things, yes. But it's not. It's consuming these bodies, and it is using every bit of biological matter, as far as we know.
Except
also
the blood
clothes and shoes.
Except for the blood.
Can I ask a question?
Why doesn't it eat the blood? Every animal eats the blood. That's weird.
Presumably it eats the horse blood.
Is it like Eric Cartman? It just skins. It just eats the skin and the bones.
Or was that maybe just like a power move?
It was totally a power move. I mean,
definitely a power move. You don't cover a house in blood and not be a power move. Go on.
What were you gonna say?
I would say I think if I were to have rolled lower, the thing I was gonna go in on is what did y'all think of the final act? Because I think in the whole scheme of the movie, the final act was pretty weak.
Super weak. Agreed.
Well, in any creature focused horror movie, things seem to get a lot less interesting whenever you see the creature, and that's when you see the most of the flying
That's
vacuum
not.
bit. But
That's
this
not
one,
what happened here, though, because once you do learn what the thing is, and then the best scene, in my opinion, of the whole movie comes after that. And that's where it's nighttime and it's stalking them and the raining blood scene. And that scene, just to me, is like, that was the best part of Nope. But then you get this third act where it kind of unfolds into that, like, weird umbrella-looking thing with the direct...
The
And I was very
TMZ motorcyclist.
Yeah, I was a little upset that the brother didn't die. Like, I get why he didn't die, but I was like, I don't know.
I didn't like the third
He's-
act.
Why
Yeah.
didn't he sacrifice? Like, his sacrifice was a fake out, and I hate fake outs.
I thought for sure he died.
Right? He totally didn't, though.
He didn't die?
No, not even a little bit.
No, he's in
He
the last
literally
frame.
shows up on horseback at the end, like a knight in shining
Yeah,
red
But
jacket.
I interpreted that as she was imagining that he was there.
No, I think he's very much actually there.
yeah, he's probably just
I
actually
think
there.
He was there.
See, what it is, I think, is it's something that goes to reinforce the themes of the film, because it's like, you know, cautioning against, like, chasing fame for the sake of fame and, like, doing the right thing and shit. So, in a good way. I don't know. But if you look at it through that lens, he can't not survive the movie. And the sister was maybe... It was up in the air whether she would, you know, learn the lesson and survive.
I don't know.
Like the dude from the
I stand
store,
by my
He learned the lesson at the very last moment and survived by tying himself up with barbed wire. If he did survive that, I don't know.
Seems like he did.
We don't see the brother in clear as day clarity. We see him obscured in a dust cloud. So I interpreted that as like she could see his after image as a ghostly presence that references the father's references to ghosts in the valley where they have their property, which references the original film that the whole family describes as their identity. You know,
I guess I didn't
if
think
he
of it
was
that way.
if he was
I didn't
fully
either.
clear on the horseback and we can see his face and he smiled or winked or something like that, I would say yeah, for sure he's still alive. But we just see him as this mirage.
See, I feel like if we saw him, like, clearly and smiling or whatever, then I would start to think that he's probably dead.
Yeah,
he's
he'd be more of a
probably dead.
ghost doing the Luke Skywalker thing.
Jeremy's like, just
Hello.
exact opposite of you, Colin.
I like what you said, but I also think you're wrong. So
I thought-
that's good.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I need to watch it again, but I just watched it. I feel like we got a look at him while he watched her leave. Did we not? Am I crazy?
No.
Well, don't they do
When
their
she
thing
drove,
that
yeah, they
one-
do their thing, and then she drives away, and then I felt like we got a shot of him like watching her and reacting to her
Yeah, I'm
driving
pretty
away,
sure.
and the
I think
alien
so.
chasing.
No, I thought she takes the picture from the winking well,
Yes.
and then there's just this long close up of her face as she has multiple emotional reactional beats to what happened. And then there's sort of this swirling dust storm in the distance that he's in, which is supposed to, I mean, it's an obvious homage to the first ever film of a man on a horse.
Absolutely, but he's literally there. I felt like they punched in on him. Am I crazy?
You're crazy, man.
I feel
Did that
like-
happen?
No,
I don't
Well,
know.
she
I'm gonna
doesn't
have to
drive
watch
away.
it.
She doesn't drive. She doesn't move.
No, I'm not talking about in that scene. I'm talking about before she gets to the wishing well.
Yeah.
They do their little this thing. He does that,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
the alien chases her away towards the town, and they show him reacting to her driving away on her motorcycle. Am I
Yeah,
crazy?
because he lured the
Yeah.
thing away from her,
It's true.
but then when she went, the thing got her.
I just
insight
assumed
and
it went for
started
him and then
chasing
went
after
for her.
And did we
Never
get a
got around to
reaction?
eating
Did we
them.
get a reaction to that from him? I felt like we got a reaction.
We may never know. I certainly won't know. Or will
Travis, What do you think?
Like, I might watch it again.
I think I have to rewatch it again because I will.
Now I'm doubting
you
it.
guys all watched. You all watched this fresh. I watched it in theaters, so it's been a bit. But I'll have to rewatch it and see who's right. But
Travis
I think their relationship was one of the best parts of the film. I loved their dynamic. It was so good. I think, like, I would not back away from the point I made that, like, yes, she is an archetype, but I think he intentionally was like, here's the personality that's, I think it's, again, with his fame metaphor. Her personality was presented to everybody else was one archetypal way. But then you saw the personality that she actually inhibits with her relationship with her brother. And it was completely different. And, like, I think that's what another point that Peele was trying to make is, like, maybe the people that you see on the internet and on movies and, like, the celebrities that you're worshiping look like this, but they're not. They're this kind of thing. And I really enjoyed that.
I guess I don't see it that way. I don't see her as kind of completely different. I see her as, like, the other side of that coin. But it's not completely different. She's still always, like, wanting something somebody else has. She's still a very, like, envious character and kind of, like, embodies that.
I think she's willing to, like, she shows in several different scenes in the film, like, that she's willing to sacrifice herself to make sure he's alive. And, like, somebody who chases fame that we see outwardly doesn't have that. Like, I wouldn't say that celebrities have that trait when I see them on the internet and movies. But, like, if I were to know them as a person, maybe I'm completely wrong. You know, I can think of a few examples of people that, like here, just to give an example of, like, Chris Pratt. Like, he's very, like, white conservative guy, and people either tear him apart or love him. But, like, he has kids, he has a wife, like, how does he treat them? I don't know. Maybe he would, like, give his left arm for his kids, or maybe he's a dick. I have no idea. All I see is, like, good old American hero boy Chris Pratt. And I think that was kind of, I don't know, that's how I saw the point. Because, like, a person as obsessed with fame as she seems to be, to me, wouldn't be as willing to sacrifice herself for her brother as she is.
And things really only, like, go her way when she kind of drops the whole chasing fame thing. Like, the cinematographer only really joins them when she just drops everything, like, hey, we need somebody that can do the impossible. And then he's like, impossible, you say?
I'll show you him. Yeah.
The only thing that really threw me in the film was, like, it was really good, and I'm gonna buy the Peele bundle pack of films.
I mean,
and watch it because I haven't seen any of
these.
these.
Are good. Oh, really?
Yeah, this was my first Jordan Peele.
So I was like,
it's my second favorite.
We haven't done them all, so we
so
should
what threw me though was they referenced the fact that the child actor star, the Asian guy, he's been seeing this UFO for 6 months. And I was like, wait, what? 6 months? And then he has a crowd of like 15 people.
Well, the horse trainer guy said that too.
What?
The horse trainer, the main character, said that too.
Yeah, but it like threw me that they both knew about it, but then they don't talk about it. And then there was... So, like, they're both trying to sort of they're both trying to make money off of it in different ways. But then he had 6 months to set up for it, and then it all goes awry, and then there's not very many people in his big thing. And I mean, you said it in your criticism in our segment earlier, right? Where there's, like, the chimpanzee bit, and then later comes his, like, Western style experience in the middle of LA that doesn't exist, where this Western experience is where you have this Disneyland sort of thing on the cheap, And like I didn't understand how that transition happened, how he was a child star and then somehow he decides to open a theme park. And then there's 6 months that goes by between when his dad dies, I guess, the main character, and when this UFO keeps appearing, but it's not appearing randomly. It's happening every Friday at 6:15 p.m. And apparently they need horses to feed the thing with, but so it only eats horses and nothing else. And so they need 6 months supply of horses, or it shows up even when there's not horses there at 6:15 p.m. And he decides to set up his whole theme park so that it can catch that moment, but then he doesn't do any recording previously or reference the fact that that the electronics go out at the same time, so he doesn't put security cameras up, and quite a few more things.
So,
That confused me that were not covered because we only get the main character's point of view on that, and not the Asian dude, who debatably is a more important character for the plot line.
So when So when we actually see his whole
feel that.
presentation thing, first off, earlier in the movie he says, "Oh, this is a new thing that we're doing." So it says to me that he's been doing this like secretly, seeing what it's gonna do. Because he comes over and invites, our heroes to check out his new show, and when he has this crowd of people there, that's when the thing gets pissed off and swallows.
1/3 of the seats are full. The crowd.
Yeah, because who's gonna
I will say,
just come
okay,
to a thing where
to that, maybe it's the bitter college employee in me, but like that made sense to me.
No, that was
Yeah,
super realistic.
like, so
super
I've
realistic.
advertised an event that students I've walked around and been like, "Hey, what do you guys want?" "Oh, we want a movie night." "Okay, great."
Sweet,
And
let's
then
do
I
it.
advertise it for 3 months, and frickin' 6 people show up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "You guys
Yeah,
said
so-
Oh, I was busy."
It is LA. Everybody flakes.
It's a thing. Say a former child star / current carny approaches you and like, "Hey man, I have a thing that you can come and see, and it'll change your life."
Yeah.
You're not going to that thing.
No.
I'd take the flyer and be like,
I'd be like, "Oh
"Yeah, man.
yeah,
of
dude,
course I'll
absolutely.
do it." And then
Yeah.
yeah,
I loved you in Full House,
No.
bro. Absolutely.
no."
Yeah.
Bob
Go
Saget's
check it
my
out, man.
favorite.
Absolutely.
And if he starts going like, "I watched my cast members get murdered by a chimpanzee," I'm just gonna no, but harder.
Billy Mays here to advertise.
Oh man.
Like, he clearly just got whatever yutzes were already at the theme park being like, "Yeah, kids, isn't this great?" And the kids are like, "No."
No, actually, honestly, that everything about that Western world is like some of my favorite parts of what Jordan Peele does so well in his films. Everybody in that park, that looked like a real Western theme park, dude. Like when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, that's what it
looks
really
very
looks
much
like, all the way down
a
to what the
used
people
car
look like.
lot. They got all the inventory from a used car lot that went bankrupt and put it in their Western park.
Yeah. Well, it's more about like, and the people, like it really, like it was staged perfectly. Because people weren't like bustling around, like having a good time, like you'll see sometimes in movies,
Yeah.
where like everybody's like, there's all these fantastic things going on. Like as much as I liked The Outsider on HBO, they did that. Like the Log Festival or whatever, or the Cave Festival. It looks so happy and like joyous, and people are all over there doing all the things. This one looked real.
Yeah.
It was like people were bored, but they were all pretending they weren't bored, which is really what you
Yeah,
do
people
when you
walking
go to
around
those
like,
things with your
"Oh,
parents.
that's cool."
He's like, here's my
Thanks,
3 kids
Dad.
that
Yeah.
will put on a show.
Want cotton candy? Of course we do.
As-
Let's go get
as
cotton
someone-
candy. That's the only good thing about coming to this place.
As someone who just took a bunch of students to a corn maze, and spent 25 minutes in line for subpar bratwurst, yeah, that hit home.
Absolutely. Boiled bratwurst, dude. Enjoy. That'll be $9.75. It was great, and I
But the
love.
horse paradox. Did he sacrifice a
Absolutely,
horse
that was
every week, every
Absolutely.
Friday for 6 months?
yes,
Yeah, probably.
absolutely. That was like.
Look, we don't know.
I mean, they were
how
like
many
they didn't want to
horses-
sell their horses to him. That's
We
why.
don't know how many horses they started with, but they had been selling
Yeah.
him horses, and we don't know who else was selling him horses.
Probably
He could have
somebody.
had,
Like he
Probably
probably
somebody.
had a few horse
Had
guys.
another horse dealer.
Probably had some horse guys. But I mean, he was definitely. It was definitely like they were definitely when they were selling Lucky. That was an important horse to him, you know, and he did not want to sell that horse because he knew, like, hey, I don't know where the horses are going, but they're going somewhere, and they're not coming back.
It's like, hey,
And I don't want to sell my favorite horse to this
I want to
guy.
start an avenue to buy some of these horses back, and he's got this look on his face like,
He's like, great idea.
well,
Yeah, fantastic.
yeah,
If the horses are
that's-
here, you can absolutely buy
That's
them
a
back.
good idea. Please, let's talk about anything else, and then they
Yeah.
do.
How about monkeys?
And you can
like monkeys?
feel his
I don't.
sphincter unclench.
Yeah.
I do like to. I think this movie uses something that is very hit or miss for me, and that's the like chapter titles. And Tarantino does that a lot to mixed success.
Yeah, it depends on the movie.
And I think I think Peele did it well with the names of the horses, and then the last. Yeah, that was because it centralized that horse as one of the characters to like pay attention to. Even like especially in the last act, it being Lucky, I was like, oh, sweet. So we know that like this is going to be a big deal because he's riding his favorite horse. So hopefully that horse gets away. I thought he utilized that well, and I think that is a device that can be done very poorly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
I've watched movies where it's like chapter 2, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm going home.
Yeah,
Chapter
if your
1 was
chapter
bad.
title is just chapter 2, you're no.
That's off.
You stop.
You gotta do better than that. Yep.
Yeah.
Some bullshit. So, I have a few notes.
Oh, and you
here.
haven't seen Us or Get Out?
No,
Negative.
Neither of you?
Well,
no, I have not.
Have we talked about
for
it?
my controversial opinion is I think Us is his best movie, but most people disagree with me. Get Out
people
was
do.
his most popular.
That was his
Peter
first.
Nwango in Us, though, is the biggest Oscar snub in the last 10 years. Her performance is just insanely good.
He's been saying that for like 5 years. He's sticking to it.
That's
Clay's like, I've been dealing with this
Sure.
for 5
No, I agree. It's just Travis is standing by that.
Look,
he's like Bernie
it's
Sanders on the Koch brothers.
insanely
He's like
good.
he's
No,
gonna
What
be saying
is-
this in
okay,
30
look,
years.
The Oscars are just going to snub whatever is actually the best picture of the year. That's what they're there for.
Unless it's directed by the
Okay.
Coen brothers.
I don't
Even
think
then.
Us was the best picture of the
I'll
year,
have
but
to look that up.
What was
but I
better than
feel-
Old Country than Old Man? No Country for Old Men.
I don't. What else came out?
No
that-
Country didn't win. No Country didn't win.
Best Picture?
It came out the same year as There Will Be Blood,
Oh, I always get those two mixed up. Oh,
which was
well,
also amazing.
you're right.
See, I was right. Didn't
You're
even know
right.
that I was right.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I had to rack my brain for something, but then I realized I didn't have to because Travis told me I didn't.
2009 was a good year, man.
What a year.
What's your notes, Jeremy?
Really?
So I do have a note here. So it's not the first that I wrote chronologically, but it is the first in terms of importance. And I have said here the main character punches jump scares in the face at one point, and that's pretty good. You know, I did appreciate
You
that.
can golf clap that.
A jump scare got him, and then he got that jump scare right in the face.
He did. He did literally punch it. And that alien scene was actually very creepy.
Oh yeah.
It was great. It was really
I think
well
too
done.
in the future it comes back in such a cool way of like then you see him there's an opportunity for the jump scare where he like peeks his head out and he's like, nope.
Yeah.
I'm not even trying.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna do that.
I'm safe in this car and I'm staying in this car.
Why are you safe in the car, by the way?
Because he can't. Because the thing can't see you looking at it. Like he wasn't looking.
I hated that.
Look, it can tell when you're
It's
looking. It can tell when you're looking. Well, it can kind of tell.
Yeah, should we talk about plot holes?
That was the biggest plot hole to me. That's what I was talking about with like, how would he know that? How would he know that? He didn't spend enough time with this thing.
Well, because it has to do with his horse, and apparently if you put a mirror ball in front of a horse, it flips out.
I ain't buying it. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that that's with horses, but
He tells people not to look at the horse in the eyes.
he spent his whole life working with horses. That's how he knows about horses.
And UFOs.
Not UFOs. He hasn't spent his whole.
But
He
the
spent
UFOs
6
work
months
like
looking at one
horses,
that he
'cause
didn't
they
know was a
eat
UFO. He
horses.
thought it was a cloud.
When you eat an animal, you become like that animal.
Yeah, you are what you eat. And that's why everybody calls me Puddin'.
That is the logic of this, right? I mean, technically speaking, like, is it a UFO or not? Like, it doesn't necessarily need to be. But, like,
a UFO doesn't.
did
have
it
to
come
be
from another
created.
planet to eat horses? That seems like a lot of energy to use to cross an entire galaxy just to eat some horses.
Maybe
Maybe
it
it's
came
a
to the
native
planet,
to this planet.
and it tried several different animals. And horse was just the best.
Well, that's what
That
was
could be.
what-
That could be. That could
I
be.
thought about that. I was like, what about the rabbits that are out there? Like, I've been in LA, and there are
small.
like jackrabbits
They're
around.
small.
I
Like,
mean,
horse
you
was
definitely
like
want to
the
go animals
cheesecake
rather
of
than
Earth.
people.
I guess this is yeah. So you have to have eyes.
But also, it likes big
Or something
inflatable
that looks
things.
like eyes.
If
Well,
it
why
flaps in the
didn't
wind,
it
it
eat a
likes
pickup?
that too.
I don't know.
A pickup that has headlights.
It probably did eat a pickup at one point, and then like, okay, no more pickups. That, oh god, oh,
I guess.
like you eat at Taco Bell a few times, get enough food poisoning. At some point, you're gonna have your last Taco Bell.
So you're telling me that the main character of Nope was just hiding inside like a Grande Supreme crunchy.
Yeah. He was hiding in that Crunchwrap
The
Supreme.
alien was like,
The alien was like,
Like, don't tempt me today, Satan. That's not going in here.
some bad
Yes, here's
stuff
a
came out of
temple.
my one hole last time.
yeah. Last time I
I
ate
mean,
Taco
really,
Bell.
really, it's a tale of not eating certain things because, I mean, credit where credit's due. At least like Armageddon had the atomic bomb explode the meteor. This one, the greatest threat to alien species is inflatable used car lot
Cowboys.
creatures, cowboys,
Absolutely.
giant inflatable cowboys
Yeah,
are
giant
lethal
Lincoln cowboy thing.
to extraterrestrials.
I liked it.
Yeah,
I did too.
Yeah.
I did like it.
Eat the cowboy. I like it.
cowboy.
Colin's like, I'm talking shit.
Friggin' explode.
I'm gonna buy the bundle. All right, I'm gonna watch all his.
I'm bundling it.
Yeah, it's you.
He's
You, get the
bundled.
You gotta
bundle.
let me know. We gotta talk about us because
We'll do us for sure.
So
Yeah,
many opinions.
let's do some us.
That's it. Movies and movies are the easiest to do
That's true.
by far.
Mm-hmm.
Shows and books both take a lot of work. Yeah. But either way, we're gonna keep doing all three, everybody.
About time
And I
to
don't
nope
know.
us.
Oh yeah,
Kill
You're
it
gonna slug
on
it.
stream.
just
I?
absolutely demolished. that.
Travis.
If you're a student, right?
It's a Monday night.
At the University of Providence, stop.
Yeah, don't watch.
Everybody,
Now,
Support
stop
us
now.
on Patreon.
everybody other than students of the University of Providence. Jonathan's chant. Travis. 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 Travis.
Go. Get.
Ah!
There we go.
Everybody claps all
That's-
around.
I saw the drop.
He looks
down
like,
the field.
oh, he's hurt.
He looks like something very unpleasant.
Did you
happened.
learn nothing from Nope?
Yeah. You
He said
take
yeah.
in the good stuff, so you don't.
This was the pickup.
You are what you eat.
about the
This
nickels.
was the pickup. Next time you see a Steel Reserve, you're gonna
barbed
say
wire.
a hard nope.
Yeah, come on now.
Jordan Peele's gonna be swimming in Steel Reserve, and I'm like, you can live.
Yeah, that's fine, bud. That's fine. You stay in that kiddie pool of Steel Reserve. Look at me all you want.
I ain't consuming that.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that'll make you poop or puke nickels, depending on how your digestive system works.
And what a way to end the show. 'Cause
Boom.
After that, I might have to
No,
do something.
that'll be it. All right, thanks for tuning in to Fermented Fiction, everybody. We'll see you next episode.
Yeah, this was particularly fermented.
Go poop nickels, fools. Get out of here. Let's go.